My name is Dr. Jordanne Davenport. My PhD was in computational data science and engineering, and I had a concentration in computational biology. So the focus of my research was building a nutritional database that then took that data from a nutritional database platform from government information such as census info as well, and was able to create an artificial intelligence image recognition platform that was able to detect the differences between the recognition of different types of foods. And then further, with computational biology, I was able to also look into what proteins were directly impacting inflammation inside of our bodies with the natural proteins that are built within. Data was analyzed using a convolutional neural network, and we took different pieces of image data. I was able to store different images collected online using a automatic system that was built through Python and MATLAB as well, and be able to strip images from online and be able to decipher and put them into groups of training data, testing data, and validation data. And so there was a lot of statistics involved in that as well. So I was able to use a confusion matrix as well to be able to analyze that data and to make sure that the accuracy of that data was there. Some of the most interesting things that I discovered in my research are that there's not enough research involving our health directly, and I would say specifically into international health as well. When we receive foods from different restaurants, a lot of times we're not able to totally decipher exactly what portion sizes are necessary for our bodies. Instead, we tend to give our food a negative connotation if it is an ethnic dish. And so I believe that there's so much more research that's still needed to be done to make sure that we are including other nationalities as well in our research of food, and feeling more relaxed to be able to enjoy meals with others without feeling that just because you want to eat a fried food, it doesn't make you, it shouldn't have you put into a certain category just because you want to involve yourself in that. I would say that my research first contributed to my field in understanding what it takes to build a database and continue the consistency of it. A lot of when you first collect data is normally it can be with a human having to do that collection of data and being able to first understand it before you get to the process of being able to analyze that data. We want to make sure that when we do have data that it's not terrible data in and terrible data out. We want to make sure that we have something that's more consistent and something that's going to be relevant for what you're looking for. So that's why even with AI, like a lot of times today we see with ChatGPT, a lot of people are doing like prompting. So prompting is going to be an important aspect of how we are able to get to the next data. So as far as my research, I was able to start that data collection from scratch, be able to actually visualize what it takes to put in that clean version of data to be able to see how does it decipher from a standard data of what's already out there, and then from there be able to determine what is like how to best interpret that data for later on. The artificial intelligence field is consistently elevating, and so there are still a few flaws within it. However, there's so much more research that will continue to grow within it. So some of the few things that I feel should still be worked on is just making sure that the accuracy of those methods are properly used, and just knowing what type of AI is needed for each thing. I know AI can be a bit of a scary topic for some people, but it doesn't have to. I think, like I said, it starts with us first. So the person behind the code is what's most important first, and then you work on what your angle of direction and what your story is going to be within it. So my first year at A&T, I was able to come in through a grant. And with that grant, under a faculty member, I had the opportunity to work with NASA, JPL. And during that internship, it lasted for about a year. It was a very interesting experience. And I would say that with that professor motivated me to continue looking for other financial opportunities as well, and not to just stop there. So not coming in not knowing about the Chancellor's Title III fellowship, I was introduced through that professor. And once I kept reading more and more about it, and I realized that it was a scholarship, it was a fellowship for us, by us. It was something that I was intrigued to continue to pursue. And I didn't get in the first time, but it didn't stop me there. It motivated me more to really write down on a piece of paper what it was that I was interested in when it came to my research, when it came into my passion and what my scope was for where I wanted to go throughout my PhD journey, but also for my life. And I feel that my experience in the Title III program has been phenomenal. I think that it's truly shaped me personally and professionally. And I'm truly grateful for this opportunity, and I will continue to look for ways to give back and be of help and of assistance however I can. So, yes. I went to 2 different conferences. I remember one was MRS, and that was a conference that was in Boston. And I had a really great time. I was able to network and be able to connect with like-minded people, other peers that were in their PhD programs, master programs, and people and professionals that were looking to hire as well, both in education and as well as in industry. So I was able to present my research there. My research was with molecular biology, and my poster was considered for a competition. However, even if I didn't get it that time, it still motivated me to continue, and I'm still looking for more opportunities to continue my research. So I would say another conference that I was also, this one wasn't traveling, but I also did participate in the graduate poster competition as well. So that was very exciting, and I was able to visit my peers' posters as well and present mine. And I presented my artificial intelligence poster that was based on my primary dissertation topic for nutritional databases. And yeah, I think that it went very well, and I'm very excited that I was able to have those opportunities, and thanks to the funding from the Title III fellowship. Find people that are like you. I don't mean it has to be exact. I'm not saying find your twin, but have those friends that are going through something similar, or even just, they may not be going through the same thing, but just having those people in your life that are either in the same class and you got to take the same exam, and you sit down and you're like, no, we're going to study. We're going to take an hour out of our time and we're going to study together. And even if it's not the same subject, and you just take some quiet time together to really take the time to understand the subject, or it may feel like, oh, this feels like it's a really big hump, and you feel alone. That person will help you to not feel so alone. And it may not just be one person, it may be a whole group. And I've definitely had that within Title III, and I've also had that throughout A&T as well. So it doesn't just have to come from one place. And it can also come from faculty members or staff. It could be anyone that you feel that you connect to, and they always have a positive mindset. My advice for a student that is interested in applying for the Distinguished Chancellor's Fellowship Program, I would like to advise them to have a plan of what they want to do within their research. Because once you are accepted, you're expected to graduate within a time frame that is acceptable for your program. And I think what Title III is looking for are people that are passionate about what they want to do, but that they are able to execute that plan within the time that they're here. I would also recommend that students are able to also hone in what it means to be an Aggie. Understand that it means that you have to do the work in order to get the reward, and that it's important for you to also ask for help when it's needed. When you're applying for this fellowship, understand that it comes with a responsibility to make sure that you are taking the steps necessary to represent not only yourself and your family, but also to represent this school as well.